Evening all, welcome to Kicking Dust. Right, today you'll be surprised to know there's no tanks at all. This is me using a heavy suit. This isn't me using a heavy suit at the moment, but it's actually a video about me using a heavy suit. Confused? Me too. The point really of what we're trying to do today, and yes, I'm throwing AB grenades as the normal grenades because I'm a noob, is to show you a kind of a differing or a divergence of styles. And I think heavy suits are actually quite interesting nowadays. So I decided to load up my Templar suit. I've got the Templar pack, and I'm loading up the Templar suit with a heavy machine gun, only to advanced level. I've only got it to level 3. And that's generally what I find I do. Unless I really like a gun, I will only put it to level 3. That does save you a massive amount of skill points, just saying, you know, I mean, that it's worth considering, because you do get quite a lot of bang for your buck, and you can pretty much use most of the guns. And advanced are pretty good. Not obviously as good as prototype, but obviously, you know, there's a huge less of an investment there. Anyway, so we're running heavy suit because I guess those of you who have seen the original channel videos will probably remember I used to run heavy suit quite a lot, and this is way back before Uprising came. In Chromosome, in fact, I used to run the heavy suit, only because it was a bit of a brick. That's brick with a capital P. I joke. They're pretty good suits, and they're also phenomenally powerful now. It would appear that heavy machine guns are quite good, and I know what you're thinking. Heavy machine guns become good, therefore Pirates uses them. No. I mean, again, I'm terrible at it. This is literally, I didn't know they overheated. So that was fun to find out when I'm facing down a load of enemies. But they're quite good. I've got to admit, they're actually quite an interesting game style of playing, because I generally have always run Scout, even when I had my Caldari Assault prototype. The problem with that suit was it was still pretty killable, and my experience of it was through the whole TTK, I guess, issue. So it didn't really matter if I ran a militia suit assault, or rather a militia what am I trying to say? A militia medium frame or a prototype assault suit. There you go, got it out. Because the TTK issue made all of the suits die really fast anyway. Now, obviously, that's less of an issue. I think TTK has increased, so the time to kill is longer. So I will probably have to try the Caldari Assault Proto again. But with the potential rumours of a respec coming, obviously for the factional suits, my position on that, my stance on that, is it makes sense in all areas. As long as you only refund the suits part of it, I think it's probably not a bad idea, because there is something nice about being able to run the faction suit that maybe you fight for. I would also say that there's probably something, you know, from a business point of view, people who've left Dust because maybe they've made terrible life decisions in their merc lives will come back to the game to, I guess, respec their way out of whatever they spec'd into. So anything that kind of draws more players to the game, I would say, surely has to be a good thing to do. So the negative sides of the respec is that obviously Fit of the Month will become more prevalent, but I just get the impression that Fit of the Month is literally, as it says, 1 month it's good, the next it will probably be a bit crap. So to spec into, like, I don't know, Gallente medium, prototype assault frame, whatever, is good now, but maybe won't be in a month. And I could be wrong. Maybe for all I know now, the Minmatar Scout's really good. Lol. But, you know, you don't know. So this is the thing to bear in mind, is that it's probably not a bad thing to respec. I like respecs. I think it's a good way to re-energize the player base as well, because, you know, I mean, it's a bit despondent if you have only got the ability to run one type of suit, and you could maybe skill into 3 or 4 if you only go to advanced. And I would say that can only be a good thing. So that's my position on it. I don't really, you know, mind either way, to be honest with you. I think if they don't give us it, then fair enough. We've just had a triple SP event, which should, in theory, have given, you know, dedicated players enough skill points to maybe at least start towards their new suits. Anyway, so in terms of, I think, just generally how everything's kind of going, you know, I'm actually quite liking this heavy suit. I've never really put much time into it. I mean, getting level 3 was only because I just wanted to have the MH82, which sounded pretty cool. But there's no real reason why I've done this. It's nice running with Stefan the Almighty, because he's obviously a Logi bro. If you see me out there and you're a Logi bro and you're obviously on my team, please don't be afraid to rep me. I will love you with karma. And that's really, you know, the reality is it's actually quite fun running that kind of logi linked heavy and logistic suit. So if you've never done it, give it a try. Just go and convince one of your mates who has got a logi suit to you know, to field it. And the guardian points they get are quite good. So every kill I get, the guardian equivalent is quite high. So I think certainly I'd recommend it as a good way to also farm war points. I think in general the heavy machine gun is very good. I don't know how to use it though. I think I'm going to look at Bam's videos because he's obviously an incredibly good heavy machine gunner. So I think if you're looking for that kind of expertise, certainly don't look here, because I keep overheating, and I honestly didn't really. Every so often I'd be like, my gun's jammed, what's going on there? I'd be sort of like, and I could hear the gang laughing at me, but hey, you know, that's the way it is. But it took me a while to figure out that actually guns overheat, which draws me nicely onto a next topic. What do people think about all guns should, in theory, overheat? It's interesting when I kind of use my rail rifle and my assault rifle and my combat rifle and my, you know, etc., that only certain guns overheat. I mean, you think about it, if you had a gun, IRL, then, and you shot that gun, you know, continually for a whole clip, then immediately put another clip in, then keep firing it, another clip, keep firing it, another clip, keep firing. Something's going to bend because it's getting hot. And I think, you know, through the laws of thermodynamics, effectively your gun would be a steaming pile of shit after a while. So I quite like the idea of having heat maybe as an element for some of the guns. It means that you're going to have a kind of issue, obviously, with people raging about it. And I can only imagine the spurge that would come if CCP suggested that every gun should overheat. Because what you're finding nowadays, and I think this is just very reminiscent of the way the game is going at the moment, is the must-win tactic is certainly becoming very prevalent. And I think currently what I'm seeing, and it'd be interesting to post in the comments to tell me what you see, but I'm seeing, you know, medium frame, often Minmatar, but could be anything, suits that are obviously using mouse and keyboard, and what they're able to do is strafe with extreme capability left and right. And we're having a chat in the gang last night, and the rumor, not, you know, to be confirmed obviously with a bit of testing, but the rumor is that fucks up aim assist. Aim assist does not work when you have an enemy jigging back and forward like a complete loony, as if they're down the local disco when they're 18 again. You know, it's that kind of, you know, left, right, left, right, left, right, doing some incredibly weird foxtrot. That actually gives them the ability to evade auto assist completely. So that's interesting. I mean, again, post in the comments if that's true. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I have certainly very, very great difficulty hitting people when they do that. And maybe I'll do a video of it. Maybe I'll put it in a tactics piece, because I think if you are one of these people that has to win by any means, then you probably know about it and you're already doing it. So post in the comments, tell us what you're doing. Be brave. Tell us. I'm not saying it's a bad tactic, but it is by every means a tactic that makes you very, very hard to hit. And it's interesting because there's obviously only a few people stroke corps that I see doing this, but they always are going like 25-0 or more. You know, they're doing really well by doing this tactic. And I think strafing is something that's always very emotive in every game, and I think particularly Dust. I've never noticed it more than certainly currently, because I think when aim assist came in, the whole TTK issue was really just about how quickly you can kill someone. Now that TTK has increased, I mean, again, here's maybe some good examples here. These guys aren't doing it, but their ability to, like, well, check this guy here. This guy's ability to look at what he's doing, jumping left, right, up, down. Incredible. It's only because he jumped back that I got him, pretty much, and hence that's why I throw a few more bullets into him, because, you know, hey, it's a bit of an annoyance, but I just get the impression that this is something very prevalent now. So again, post in the comments. I'll be interested to hear what people think about this. I don't know if it's bad or not. I use mouse and keyboard now pretty much exclusively because aim assist has been toned down. I can't cheat and use my scrambler rifle, and let me be clear on that. I don't cheat with the scrambler rifle. Apparently there was lots of bugs with the scrambler rifle. I actually never did that. I didn't know how it worked. Honest, seriously, I never did. But I was always quite pleased with the fact that it locked onto your target with this super powerful shot. So I got a lot of kills doing that. But this tactic is an interesting one because it's not really a bug. It's not an exploit. It's just a tactic. And I think jigging back and forward with extreme capability is very interesting, because obviously the game is not able to keep up with the speed of the person doing it. And then they pretty much can just sit there and hip fire the combat rifle at you. So interesting stuff. And, you know, rail rifle, other rifles are available. But again, what can you do? I think this is unfortunately the muddy underside of gaming nowadays. Is do you play? And this is a question to ask yourself: do you play this game to win, or do you play this to have a hobby and a pastime? There you go. Interesting thought, eh? I know why I do it. I'll be interested to know why you do it. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.